Hi guys, today is February 5th. I am recording ABC Bullish Patterns for a few days. The first is let's go ahead and take a look at this S&P. S&P is it's amazing. Yesterday, of course, the entire sell-off was actually negated by today's price action. That tells me that it is quite bullish as of now. So I guess right now today it did close at 1511, which is about this cluster of points which I was looking at before. So I guess if it really doesn't, it's not going to happen. And also the good thing is it actually did reach this level by the 5th of February. That was the time target we had it. So the next level, what I'm looking at it is, I guess if it does move to the next level, which is a 1551 and 1555. So I've not initiated any new positions today because I knew that it's, by the time I guess it was gapped up about like probably 6 to 7 points I think in the morning, but then I thought that I would actually wait and see if there's a retracement, which is not. So entire day is of course quite bullish. So I guess I'm going to wait and see if there's any more opportunities which are coming from the ABC bullish patterns. So let's go through the next one. Let's just see the next one, which is a Dow. I know quite a few people are asking me for Dow. Yes, Dow is actually on the path to reach this 14,100. Would it stop there? I don't know. I can't tell. And today is 100 points, and yesterday when it actually dropped about 100 points, and I did think that it probably reached its target, and that also had a similar target on the February 5th. So the next target is 14,100. I think the market is continuing to move. So you can also see the next levels, but I would think that we may probably see some type of a reversal, but definitely S&P didn't happen. I'm not sure if it's going to happen with the Dow either. So let's just see the next one, which is the composite. Sorry, which is the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is again same type of a level, which is that right now it is actually at 3180 is the 79% AB of this target. So it is close at 3171. I bet it traded there today, the 3180 also. And then let's look at gold. Here is gold. I think gold is ticking up quite a bit, quite healthily. I think today in the morning it was up, and of course in the mid-afternoon I think it actually kind of traded low, but now it's actually reaching this 1692.7. That is the entry level, what I call. If it does trade above that point, I will try to take a position into it. So basically I trade GC using GLDs. GLD doesn't have a similar type of an ABC, but I guess it may be getting there. So the target to get in there is about 163.36, and so right now it's sitting at 162. So let's look at QM. I know I trade QM through the USO, and yesterday it actually fell a little bit, and of course today also there was a not a great price action, but it was, I think, it fell only a little bit by the end of the day, I think. So I am still looking for the targets of 98.8 and 102.6. Okay, now let's look at a few stocks. Let's start with Altera. Altera Corporation is it is actually right now trading about 200 period moving average, and so one of the things which I would look for it is when the price actually trades above that point, how is it trading, whether it's healthy or whether it's correcting it. That type of action is very critical for this type of trading. It is actually more of a double bottom type of a pattern. Of course double bottoms also can be detected using ABCs. So I guess I am still looking for this target of a 35 to 36 and a half, and then it may move even higher if the market continues to strengthen. And their earnings are scheduled for April 18th. The other one is a Brocade. I believe Brocade's earnings are next week sometime in let me see, it's February 14th. Yes, February 14th. And here is the ABC bullish pattern for Brocade, and there are lots of things going right for Brocade. So the targets would be a little bit upper here, about 6.56 and 6.94, and that's the target range I'll be looking for it. Now let's look at Cisco. Um, Yesterday, I guess there was a Acme packet, the IP networking reason. There's quite a few network stocks went up. Although Cisco didn't go up yesterday, but I think today, right now, it is just up 33 cents. But I think the Cisco's next targets would be between 22.75 and $24 is the next targets based on this ABC. Next one is the Coinstar. Coinstar earnings are actually due this week, which is on, I believe, on Thursday, which is on February 7th. Coinstar has an inverse head and shoulder pattern, and so it did reach its 200 period moving average, and then it reversed and it came back, and it came back to the CL level, which is about $50.30. And now, I guess, if on the best on earnings, of course, I'm thinking that if it really breaks above this neckline, and then we would have an entry into it, and then the targets will be higher. So let's wait and see if it actually the earnings comes out good. The next is Chevron. Chevron is trading along with the oil, and so right now the targets for this it is actually trading in the first target zone, which is 114 and 118 and a half, and the next targets would be 129 to 137, and that would be the next target zone. But right now this is the 114 to 118, and we may see some type of a resistance about 123 in the middle. And let's look at First Solar. This is something which I am waiting for it, and here this is not an ABC which is completely tradable yet, but what I was waiting for it is the price may come down to this level, and First Solar's earnings are due on February 26th. So I guess if it reverses from this level itself, this is not considered to be an ABC in that case, because anything less than 38% I consider it to be a flag, and if it really then it starts trading about this $35, then I think it will go much higher. But otherwise, my entry would be when it comes to this price level, about 200 period moving average. Let's see, the retracement for that level would be will be something like between 50 and 61% too. So I think I will wait until that happens, or if it really trades about 35 and a half. Let's look at GE. GE is in ABC bullish pattern, and also its targets are 23 and $24, and that's like the first level of targets, and today it's up 23 cents. GE's earnings are also due on April 19th. This is the Monster. Monster was up about $1 today, and it is still, there's no trigger of it for a buy yet, and Monster's earnings are of February 21st, and the EL level is about $51, and so I am actually waiting for it to see if it actually triggers this 51, so that way it gets to this 56 to $59 would be the targets. Next is Nvidia. Nvidia's earnings are also due on February next week, which is February 13th. So if it does trigger, I guess if it does trade about this EL level, and if you have it positioned, and then the next targets would be 13.5 to 13.25 to 13.5, and that would be the target range. Let's look at Qualcomm. Qualcomm did trade again today pretty healthily, about like almost $1.50 at one point, and then it's trading at 67. It seems to be pretty strong, the stock, and so if the market rally really continues up, I think it will see the 16.5 or like even much higher prices for this year. And then the last one I'm going to show is this Strayer. This one I do not have a position. I was actually waiting for it to retrace a little bit down, but it's not. And for the past few days, it is showing a kind of a, right now it's traded above the year level. So their earnings are also due on February 14th. If it really continues its rally up, I guess we may see between $64 and $67. Alright guys, that's all for today, and I'll try to post some more tomorrow.